Hey everyone, this is new evolution video, evolution of Spider-Man in the movie. Spider-Man 1977. Spider-Man is a 1977 American television superhero film and aired on CBS and had a theatrical release outside the US, which served as the pilot to the 1978 television series titled The Amazing Spider-Man. It is the first Spider-Man film by Columbia Pictures, is bitten by a radioactive Spider-Man and discovers he has gained superpowers such as super strength, agility, and the ability to climb sheer walls and ceilings. The film is almost 15 years old and compared to newer films, it looks funny. This Spider-Man costume looks very cheap, even for that time. For example, Star Wars came out at this time, and just a year later Superman came out. But despite the negative reviews, a sequel was soon released. Spider-Man Strikes Back and The Amazing Spider-Man, 1978. The following year's series was released that continued the first film. The series consists of 2 seasons. It also includes the film Spider-Man Strikes Back. Spider-Man 1978. At the same time, a Japanese film about Spider-Man was released, and it is very similar to its American version. Spider-Man 2002. Until 2002, many comics, cartoons, and TV series about Spider-Man were published, but films were absent for a long time, and in 2002, the legendary movie was released, which gave rise to the entire genre of modern superhero cinema. The main role was played by Tobey Maguire, and after 21 years, he is loved and remembered as the best Spider-Man. And you can argue a lot on this topic, but Tobey became a real father for all subsequent incarnations of Spider-Man. The first movie has a great atmosphere, cool visuals, and a great villain. A noticeable difference from the comics was the web. Peter shoots it straight from his veins and doesn't use web shooters. To summarize, we can say that this particular film is considered the first and classic. Spider-Man 2, 2004. A sequel comes out 2 years later. This time the main villain was Dr. Octopus. In my opinion, this is best villain in the history of Spider-Man movies. This movie grabs your full attention, and the scene with the train became iconic and was repeated in future films and cartoons. This movie can rightfully be called one of the best superhero films in history. Spider-Man 3, 2007. The final part in the trilogy was released in 2007, but received less positive reviews. The film turned out to be a lot worse than the previous ones, but it has the largest database of memes. This is simply a legendary dance. Part 4 was also planned, but the studio cancelled the project, and the Spider-Man went to restart. The Amazing Spider-Man 2012. The new performer of the role of Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield. At the time of the film's release, many were unable to accept the reboot and began to hate the film and the actor, but time passed and the movie received a second life. People began to realize that Garfield turned out to be a great Spidey. Yeah, the film is rather weak in plot aspects, but Spider-Man himself, his environment and atmosphere turn out to be cool. This Peter is different from Tobey's version. He is not reserved, energetic, and knows how to joke. He is smart and makes his own web shooters. Personally, I like the movie and I don't mind watching it from time to time. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, 2014. The second part received a lot of negative reviews, but now the movie is considered one of the best. It's all about the love story. Gwen and Peter created a real melodrama. That's because Andrew and Emma were together in real life. Therefore, at the end the movie makes even those who actively hate the plot cry. Andrew Garfield was loved by many fans, and now his popularity is no less than Tobey's. They are always compared, and arguments start. You can also argue in the comments to this video. Personally, I prefer Andrew Garfield as Spidey, but Tobey's trilogy has better films. Captain America: Civil War, 2016.
Underoos!
Sony Studios has decided not to continue the story of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and they decided to team up with Marvel and launch a new Spider into the cinematic universe. Tom Holland played the role of the young Spider-Man. He is involved in the conflict between Tony Stark and Captain America. Tony becomes Peter's mentor, and Spider-Man begins his journey as the hero. Spider-Man: Homecoming, 2017. A year later, a new movie about Spider-Man comes out. The young Spider is different from previous versions. He is inexperienced and often makes mistakes. Peter is really just a schoolboy, but he has grown up and become a real hero. The film was a good new take on the character, and of course the villain played by Michael Keaton added seriousness and drama to this movie. Spider-Man: Far From Home, 2019. In the new film, Peter faces a new threat. A former employee of Stark Industries stole technology and intends to become the only heroes on Earth. Spider-Man must become independent and learn to cope with problems on his own. But Peter is not quite ready to become an adult, and he continues to make mistakes and be irresponsible. He manages to defeat the enemy, but a new test awaits him. Spider-Man: No Way Home, 2021. The whole world learns the identity of Spider-Man. Parker decides to turn to Doctor Strange for help, but their spells get out of control. Villains from past films are brought into the world, and even Andrew Garfield and Tobey themselves find themselves in the world of Tom Holland.
Cartridges.
Oh, thanks, man.
What's that for?
It's my web fluid. It's for my web shooters. Why?
Together they defeat their enemies, and Spidey fans are crying with joy and nostalgia. Peter completes his growing up after the loss of a loved one, and begins a new path as Spider-Man. Spider-Man: Lotus, 2023. This series of fan films about Spider-Man was released. It received a lot of views on YouTube and very low ratings. Write your opinion about this film in the comments, and of course write which Spider-Man you like best. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate the video.